I'm on an all-night flight when suddenly, terrible heartburn. The guy in the next seat says, try this, Zantac 75. Thanks, I say. Maybe I had to see a doctor about this heartburn. He says you just did.
Zantac 75, the heartburn relief doctors trust. Just how much can you tap into with an AT&T broadband connection? Try over 100 channels of entertainment. All the phone lines a house could want. And oh yeah, internet that flows by the gallon. Hope you're thirsty.
When that pastrami on rye catches up with me, heartburn big time. My passenger says, here, take a Zantac 75. I say, what are you, a doctor? And he says, yeah.
Zantac 75, the heartburn relief doctors trust.
This is Luther Ellis, defensive tackle for the Detroit Lions. He is big. Big is one way of putting it. Very large and huge are other ways. And like his fellow NFL players, Luther supports the United Way. And that makes him a very big man.
Okay, here I come!
Mr. Luther's stuck in the slide again!
Come back!
A reminder, you have 3 chances to catch Edge NFL matchup each weekend. Next week, first Friday, ESPN 2 at 8 p.m. Eastern, later on ESPN. Or check in every Sunday morning at 8:30 a.m. Eastern on ESPN. The name of the game for the offense, and stealing from Jaws here, to create doubt in the defender's mind, cause confusion. And in Kansas City, where they've installed a whole new defense, there's confusion before the ball is even snapped. And in comes Oakland to Arrowhead, so you know it's going to be loud. Defensive coordinator Greg Robinson says that they do have the hand signals in place, and they'll communicate within pods of the defense. But with a new wrinkle now in the NFL, good luck communicating.
Yeah, the fake reverse. And, with the speed of defenses now in the NFL, it has forced offensive coordinators to make adjustments. So, what they have done is they've taken the Z player, the flanker, and bring him around to hold the contain. Make those guys stay at home and not use that fast flow in pursuit. And what you want to do is break down his responsibilities of that contain man. Because really what he has to do, number 1, he must squeeze down the run. Number 2, he must hold the quarterback from bootleg outside. And number 3, defend the reverse. It's a lot easier said than done.
In actual Raider terminology, this is the wide trade, green left, F short, 93 weak easy, fake Z around. Wide trade, the tight end trades from the right side of the formation to the left. Green left is the formation, strong I to the left. F short, flanker Tim Brown motions to the formation. 93 weak easy is the inside run play, and fake Z around is the fake reverse action by Brown. It is this action off the short motion that defines the play and makes it difficult for the defense to defend. From the end zone angle, watch Chiefs defensive end John Browning. He's the player most impacted on this design cutback by Tyrone Wheatley. Without the reverse action, Browning would be squeezing down the line, defending the cutback. With the reverse action, he's baited into leaving his cutback responsibility to play the reverse. This is a great example of how reverse action influences the defensive line, the first level of defense.
Okay, here's another first of the show. We're going to agree on this. In theory, it is very difficult to defend all 3 of those things. But principles of a defense should take care of it. There's no exotic schemes that have to take place to defend that reverse and the cutback. But what a player must do is stay with his first rule. Close down the run. Because if you negate that, you get ahead of yourself, which what happens to these players. They get ahead of themselves. They see that action. They think, well, I'm going to make the reverse. And then the cutback comes. So take care of the run, then the quarterback, then the reverse. Now, I know it's easier said than done, but that's what has to take place. If you do that defensively, you'll be fine. But the fake reverse also affects the second level of defense. And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers run their I right, Z short, 16 ghosts against New England Patriots in a preseason game. Well, Keyshawn Johnson comes around on the fake reverse, and man, Brian Cox is flying out of there. He figures, oh, I got this reverse covered. Oh man, big hole, big run, mission accomplished. Players getting ahead of themselves. Let's go to Detroit against Miami. Kurt Schultz, a third level player, sees the reverse action because he lost Lamar Smith. Lamar Smith ran right by him because he went to make the play on the reverse. And the result, actually, that was the first play of the game, and they scored a touchdown.
Teams that are most successful against this kind of trickery are the ones that don't freelance. They stay in their gaps. They trust the guy next to them. Unselfish. Does it sound familiar?
Ravens.
It's the Ravens defense. That's right. When we come back, it begins our season-long study of the two most compelling units in the NFL, the Rams offense and the Ravens defense. Stay tuned.
What can you say about not having the right protection? Well, mister, you can say ouch and, oh, that hurts, and golly jeepers, quit that. Better to get Edge Pro Gel protection. Edge gives you a close, comfortable shave, so you can trade in that old scraped-up feeling for a new feeling of, yeah, baby. Look great, feel great. Edge Pro Gel. Save your skin.
Kiss it up.
You don't have to be the freak to get your hands on authentic NFL gear by Reebok. For the best selection of styles and teams, just get to Champ Sports.
Driving is a big responsibility, one that deserves your full attention. But a distracted driver is a factor in 1 out of every 4 automobile collisions.
Anyway, so I had that dream again.
Don't let food, friends, or a phone call endanger your life. Stay focused and stay alive. Learn to avoid driving's most dangerous distractions from this book. It's free from Shell. Count on Shell.
This is my mother. She knew who my friends were. She is my heart. She knew where I was off the field. She is my strength. If she hadn't told me about the dangers of drugs, I wouldn't be here.
The Rams offense has scored 500 points in 2 straight seasons. Never been done before. And the Ravens allowed a record-setting 165 points. So how have these two units become so dominant? Well, just like teams evaluate themselves by quarter, meaning after every 4 games, we're going to do that here as well with these two units. So let's say you're the offensive coordinator. You've had a whole off-season to look at that Ravens defense. How do you attack it?
Oh, thank you very much. Break down the best defense in the history of the NFL, and how do you beat it? Well, here's what I would do. Number one, you got to look at what Marvin Lewis has done with that defense and how he plays to their strengths. You got Ray Lewis, the best middle linebacker, sideline to sideline in the game. What I would do is get him out of the middle, his comfort zone, where he wants to play. By formation, by motion, try to get him out of there. Number two, do not run inside the tackles. Against those sumos inside, you will not make a yard. So what I would do is go outside, make them run sideline to sideline, and try to wear them down for the fourth quarter. They may be sucking a little bit of wind. Now, in the third, when you attack the secondary, what I would do, maximum protection, double moves. I think the secondary is susceptible to double moves. Now, I'm not saying all these are going to work, but that's what I would do against that defense. You know what I think is very interesting when you look at Baltimore's defense and the Rams' offense, they are very similar. They are similar when you look at the fundamentals. They are fundamentally sound on the principles of the game. Their habits are impeccable. The Rams, they run precise routes. The passing game, that is why they're so outstanding. The gap defense, the responsibility, the habits there, that's why the Ravens, you can't run against them. In fact, Aristotle, I think, said it the best.
Sure, here we go now.
We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. So I say this. We will gauge them throughout the course of the year, but if we watch their habits, we watch their principles. If they start to deteriorate, we'll see the Rams and Ravens go down. If they stay at that high level, we will see them in the Super Bowl.
This week, the Ravens host Chicago, the last team to have a back gain 100 yards against the Ravens. Roy Chicago, that's December of '98, 37 games ago.
Wow.
Lots of compelling matchups to watch for this week. Hope we helped out a little bit. From Earl Hodge and Ron Jaworski, I'm Susie Culver. We'll see you next time.
Edge Pro Gel is the official shave gel of the NFL. Save your skin. For authentic NFL merchandise, get to Champ Sports. ESPN thanks you for watching this presentation of the National Football League. The NFL is online at NFL.com. For more, log on to ESPN.com.